Okay, good morning everyone and welcome. It's Wednesday, October 5th, and we are here for our weekly board session. It's 9 o'clock in the center hearing room. As always, we start with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you would join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Chair Bethel is running a few minutes late, but she'll be here soon. We don't have anyone signed up for public comment, and so we're going to start off with our first presentation, and that's the United Way 2022 Employee Contribution Campaign Kickoff. Come on up. And please introduce yourself for the record.
Hi there, thank you. My name is Melinda Freshour, and I work with United Way of the Mid-Willamette Valley, and I would like to get my presentation here.
And I'm Melissa Rounds with the Marion County Board of Commissioners Office. Good
Welcome.
morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
There we go. Good morning. Thank you for letting me share this morning. I appreciate that. I am excited to share with you about today's United Way. We are all about innovative, adaptive philanthropy. That means we are committed to step up and serve and help wherever we're needed. No other single organization has the scope, expertise, or influence that we can bring hundreds of human service agencies, government, education partners, and dedicated volunteers around a common goal, achieving long-lasting results for a healthier, stronger Willamette Valley. I'd like to share our 5 current ways your United Way is stepping up to pursue our mission, that our communities thrive when we live united. Over 300 community partners are served, $4,000 worth of goods going to 300,000 people in our community. This is our Good 360 program. We are a regional hub in the state of Oregon, receiving goods from large box stores that were either returned or unsold and destined for the landfill. These are just a few of our community partners. Together, we are changing lives. This is Newton, who has been houseless for several years, living out of his car. But because of the work of one of our partners, he now has moved into his new apartment, furnished with items from Good 360, making his house a home. Our Good 360 program partnered with the Marine Corps Toys for Tots Unplug and Play campaign. We had a fabulous summer. We distributed toys at community parks, fairgrounds, and local festivals. One of our largest events was at the Riverfront Park with family building blocks, the Family Fest. We had the longest line with some of the biggest smiles. We are also in talks to being the staging location for emergency relief goods when the next flood, wildfire, or ice disaster strikes the Willamette Valley and beyond. We also serve students and families whose lives are influenced by an array of social, emotional, and economic factors that really do hinder their academic success. This is our Enrichment Academy. We have an average of 50 employees throughout the year. We serve 9 Title I schools throughout the district. We also provide one-on-one support to high school students needing guidance with their post-secondary plans. We recruit, manage, and train all those mentors in the Aspire College and Career Program. Let me give you an example of some of the activities we provide before and after school. Here is a group of students at Stevens Middle School getting an opportunity to work with clay. This is a rare opportunity within our schools today, but we provide this for free, and it is a packed activity. Recently, we found another area that we could step up and support our community. Here it comes. The Awesome 3000 will be back in the spring of 2023. We established Safe Sleep United in 2019 as an overnight low-barrier women's shelter. Low barrier means that we accept women right where they are at. We accept their pets. There's no screening or background checks. Women can be struggling with drugs, alcohol, and mental illness. Our team is facilitating services and support to the women in our shelter. Currently, we are partnering with Chariots Public Transit to facilitate ride-along, trainings, and support to lessen the worry and anxiety for our women in getting to locations like medical appointments and job locations. We are excited because it is time to grow. Our goal is to expand to double our occupancy. Not only are we doubling the amount of beds, but as you can imagine, we are ecstatic to add a bathroom and a shower facility. Our vision is that safe sleep may enable unsheltered women to grow stability, centeredness, and hope so that they may heal from trauma, access wraparound supports, and move forward to pursue their goals and dreams. Seniors are our fastest growing demographic facing homelessness. Seniors are not able to afford what is currently in the market today on a fixed income. They are experiencing what is called being housing burdened. This is the reason we have begun Cottages United program. We honestly receive calls and emails in our office almost daily from seniors seeking housing support. Through our partnership with the City of Salem, we now have 4 lots that we are planning on building 25 cottages and a parking area. These lots are located on Market Street, right across the student drop-off area of Sweigel Elementary. This creates an opportunity to build a special community between the school and our seniors. An added bonus to this program is our Agulous home. This home is located in the center of our cottage properties. We acquired this home through private donor dollars, remodeled, and moved in a very sweet young family. Both parents are educators involved in public and private schools, which also makes them so perfect in supporting this kind of program and partnership between Sweigel Elementary and the cottage residents. I am also a licensed property manager, so I will be caring for this sweet family and the cottage residents. Partner with us in providing an affordable age-in-place with dignity home for those that need it the most. Our objective for funding is to find opportunities to support providers, projects, and programs that are impact-driven, equitable, transparent, and regionally focused. These are our current grant funding recipients. Also, Salem Refugees Afghan individuals, Encompass Yamhill Valley, the houseless population, and the Boys and Girls Club dental programs. These dollars make a huge impact in our local community. We partner with Willamette MBA students within this grant funding program. They learn how to research grant applicants, present recommendations, and track progress of the use of those granting funds. Their growing philanthropic knowledge is benefiting our community. Every dollar raised here stays here. Invest with us, become a monthly donor through payroll deduction, we'll talk about that, and volunteer with us. We have a pulse on what is going on in our community. There is so much that we can do together, and champion this kind of involvement with us. Share us with your friends and your colleagues. This workplace campaign here at Marion County starts this month. Let's do something great. You are a part of our team already, and we are so grateful. Marion County is in our top 20 workplace campaigns. You are a giving and supporting philanthropic department and agency. We invite you to join us in restoring hope, repairing what's broken, and building a future for our Willamette Valley. This is your today's United Way. We are going to be different next week, next month, and next year because we continue to be here for what the community currently needs. Together, we truly can. Thank you for letting me present, Commissioners. I appreciate it so much. Do you have any questions for me?
Good morning. Do you have any questions?
It's good to see you.
Good morning.
Is it okay if I say something about it?
Yes.
Congratulations, Madam Chair, on your new
I'm a grandma.
grandma. Yeah.
My little grandbaby.
So, yeah.
Yay. Yeah, she was born on Sunday, and I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And I've been helping the kids since, so.
Just begun.
So wonderful.
So yeah, thank you. Melinda, thank you for your service. And as many know, I'm a board member at United Way. And I just want to, one thing you did not mention that you have helped with a lot, that Marion County, the rental assistance
Yes.
program, in helping get money out to those that needed it during the COVID, and it's great that you did that. And a couple of things, I think on that safe sleep, I think we're still short on the budget a little bit to complete that remodel.
Yes.
And Commissioner Willis knows this, he talks about this often, about the ladies, the women that are in these homeless camps.
Not safe.
Yeah, it's unsafe, and so safe sleep is a really, the name is perfect for what
Yes.
Yeah.
United Way is trying to accomplish there. And I want to thank Rhonda and the staff for really leading that effort over the last, what's been 3 years now, or longer. The other thing that we don't want to forget that I know happened, immediately, a little over 2 years ago, was the Fire Recovery Fund that United Way started.
Yes.
And we've celebrated often here the community center in Detroit and the $250,000 that United Way gave
Yes.
to the Canyon to get that started, and the efforts that completed that. So just, I want to thank you and all the donors and all the staff at United Way for really good things that have happened that I know in other parts of the country, maybe United Way is not looked at in esteemed ways. And here in Willamette Valley, we really can be proud of our United Way. And what's happening over in Yamhill County and Polk County with the expansion of Good 360. We just toured Mosaic the other day, and the domestic violence hotel, and the Goods 360 program that you have there that helps. And we're working on an ice machine. Rhonda and I are working on that ice machine. As soon as we left, she's been on the phone with Jane since I talked to her. So it's just really good to see those little gaps that United Way can fill. And so I want to encourage, I know some of our employees watch this maybe even live, or they watch it back, and I want to encourage them to whatever it is, whether it's $5 a month or $100 a month, whatever you can give, because it does go to really good things in our community that we don't necessarily see. It's not these big projects, but you look at the Y that just got built, and what we can name 3. I think you did.
Gospel Mission,
Yeah.
and what was the third one?
These multi-million-dollar
Boys and Girls Club. That was
Yeah.
multi-million-dollar projects that our community has. We have these great giving people that have built these big projects, and the money that comes out of our, the little monies that come out of our paychecks for this fund go to little important things that change people's lives every day. So I want to thank you and the staff for doing that.
Can I add two stories to that? So I so appreciate you highlighting those areas. With Good 360, working with the wildfire survivors, we have a group of them that come every Friday. They're some of our most faithful volunteers, and what they love about it is that they're on the other side of it now. Their trauma that they have felt now in their spirits, they come on Friday and they can be the ones who are giving hope. And it's just it's supporting in a way that we didn't even imagine. And they are some resilient people who are now so centered on what we are doing and supporting it because it benefited them so much. And the Safe Sleep, our director just shared with us a week ago, these women, this is most likely their first steps off the streets or coming to Safe Sleep. And oftentimes, we want them to make strides and get their lives going in the right direction, but a lot of times it's the first time they can fall apart, that they're safe enough to really have a moment to just let it go. And sometimes that is one of the most powerful things to help someone through. And then with, you mentioned our rental assistance with Marion County, I almost worked harder than I've ever worked before when we were working with the rental assistance program. And in fact, you most likely would see me running in our office back and forth to help people because we were so, the need was so great and still is great. But one of the people I met, his name is Roy, and he became so dear to me. And he and his wife own a manufactured home here in Salem. And they were both on their Social Security income, and so they were renting the land underneath their manufactured home. And his wife started working at McDonald's, and she caught COVID and passed away. And so then it was all on him. And so that's when I met Roy. And he said, you know, in my life, I have picked myself up so many times. I've gone to several rough points to rebuild. And he said, at my age right now, and I don't have resources, I can't do that. So it just broke me, and it was just one of those that just became so sweet. In fact, I don't know if I should say that, he asked if my mom was single. At one point, I'm like, is that appropriate? I don't know. But he was and he was absolutely who we knew would be at the top of our cottage list of getting him that kind of hope. So for Roy, we are all in it. So thank you.
So you mentioned the cottage, and just last week, Mayor-elect Chris Hoy and the city council actually approved a 30-year,
Yes.
actually approved the waiver of the system development charges
Yes.
for a 30-year. Obviously, there's going to be a attachment to the deed to keep it as senior housing, but even the city's helping with that
Yes.
project. So now we just got to, I think we have, we're involved with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We won't get into the details, but.
I don't know about this.
Oh, yeah. The money that
will.
came, Representative Clem's money, we're trying to figure out how to get, not Representative Clem's
This is what I
money.
was worried about.
It's actually.
This is exactly what I was worried about.
It's like actually ARPA money that came from the state through Representative Clem. How's that? Is that a better statement? Yeah.
Well,
We
and
are just a
those-
fiscal agent, as I recall.
Exactly. So
And
we're
our-
trying to make sure we get that
Our
done.
cottages, we wanted them to be duplicable, you know,
Right.
just, you can do this
Somewhere
wherever.
else,
And the
yeah.
Pacific Northwest, United Way of Pacific Northwest is looking at these very closely, and we're hoping that even worldwide, this
Yeah.
is something that can meet the need, so, yeah.
And I got a text message from Rhonda yesterday that said she had a great conversation with him. So maybe that's moving somehow differently. I don't know, but we'll see.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions for me?
Yeah.
You said there's a gap on your safe sleep expansion. How big is that gap?
That is a great question. I know,
I think he said there was a gap.
yeah,
You know
I
the
know
gap?
I've heard the number. Do you know that?
No, I'm not going to
Yeah.
misquote.
Yeah,
But,
I'm
but
afraid
I,
to do
but I
the
want,
same
but
thing.
yeah, yeah.
With the Cottages United, I know that we are trying to reach $1 million gap, so that we can really make these affordable at we're trying to keep that at $500 a month for those cottages, those residents.
I'd be interested in the gap for the safe sleep.
Okay,
Because I
I'll
do
get
think
that.
it's important.
Yep.
For the gals on our streets. It's
Yeah.
not safe in those
Yeah.
camps. And
Yeah.
I appreciate what you've done there. And I also want to thank Melissa. You mentioned that employees can make some donations through their paycheck, and Melissa's the one that coordinates the
Yes.
campaign for the county. So
Yes.
I want to thank you for that.
Yeah, if you don't have any more questions for Melinda, so yes, our employee contribution campaign for 2022 is running through the month of October. So it actually started this Monday, the 3rd, and it will run through the 31st. And we already have a lot of activities from different departments, fundraising activities. So I just wanted to briefly go through what we have so far. I know that there's probably going to be more to add. And we do actually have a United Way intranet page that employees can go to and keep an eye on that calendar to see what events are coming up and where their locations are and times. So I'm just going to run through really quickly, starting with the first events and moving down. So actually the board's office, in conjunction with legal counsel, we have the first event on the 10th, Monday, and we are doing a fry bread taco lunch. And the fry bread is actually being made by members of the Navajo, Crow, and Blackfeet tribes, and they are family members of one of our employees. So an email actually went out to employees yesterday with a link. We're asking folks to pre-order if they can. And then we have a specific time range, 11 to 1:30, when people can come and pick up their lunches. And then also starting on the 10th, Human Resources is doing a Cutest Critters photo contest. And so that's not just cats and dogs, it's just your favorite pet of any type.
My
Lizards.
granddaughter's my favorite everything right now. My niece is critter. She's a critter.
Absolutely.
She's been being called Bug since
That's
she
right.
was born, so.
So for that, it's not online. It's you will need to go to HR and submit a photograph of your pet, and it's a $2 entry fee and then $1 for employees to vote. And then you can vote through October 31st, and the pet that raises the most money wins. And then also starting today, Public Works is doing a 50-50 raffle, and tickets are available through the 27th of October, and the drawing will be on the 28th. Tickets are $1 or $5 for 6 tickets, and the contact information is on the calendar on the internet page. So for each of these events, we've actually linked the flyer for the department, so all of the information is on there, including any kind of online links. And then Finance is doing their fundraiser in conjunction with Little Lois Cafe again this year. It's been one of our most successful fundraising events for the past 2 years, and they have multiple days planned for lunches for different campus locations for the county, and those are also all on the calendar. And starting with the 13th is the first location at Courthouse Square. Also on the 13th, Business Services is doing a baked goods and treats silent auction, and that's between 9:30 and 3:30 at Courthouse Square in the Risk Education Room. So people can go in during the day and bid on baked good items, and then at the end of the day at 3:30, whoever's the highest bidder obviously will win. They are actually seeking donations from employees of baked goods, either homemade or prepackaged, for that auction. And then Business Services, again, is doing another silent auction and raffle on October 27th. It's also Courthouse Square in the Risk Ed Room between 9:30 and 3:30. And this is more of a items such as toys, books, home decor, art, clothing, that kind of thing. And they are also seeking donated items for this event. New or gently used is requested. And so if anyone would like to assist them, they can contact Deirdre Mahoney Clark at Business Services. And then that's all I have so far, but I know that we're probably going to have more events coming in. And then the campaign officially ends on the 31st, but employees can submit their payroll deduction forms through the 4th. And we've also posted a list of department reps for employees, and they can turn their pledge forms into their department reps, or they can email them directly to me or submit them to the board's office. So that's what we have so far. Any questions?
Thanks, Melissa. Yep, we got a lot of things going on.
We have a lot.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Sorry I was late.
Thank you.
All right, now we're going to move on to the Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, and Home Investment Partnership Programs. Tim.
Good morning, Commissioners, Jan, Jane. Tim Glisson, CDBG Home Program Manager. So I just want to kind of touch base on our CDBG Home Program, give a little bit of an overview and some of the stuff that's going on. So for those that do not know, our Community Development Project, or Community Development Block Grant Program and Home Investment Partnership Program is funded through the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, which they are the primary programs that they administer is mortgage and loan insurance through the Federal Housing Administration, Community Development Block Grants, Home Investment Partnership Act Block Grants, which is to develop and support affordable housing for low-income residents, rental assistance in the form of Section 8 certificates or vouchers for low-income households, public or subsidized housing for low-income individuals and families, and homeless assistance provided through local communities and faith-based and nonprofit organizations, essentially more so through the continuum of care and emergency solutions grants. And then fair housing, public education, and enforcement is also a part of the HUD program. So in terms of community development block grant and home investment partnerships, the county is a new entitlement as of July 1st of 2021, where we receive an annual allocation from HUD for both CDBG and home dollars. And part of those requirements is that we must create a 5-year consolidated plan where we identify priority needs and goals that are set by the Board of Commissioners with input from public service providers in the county. We are also part of that is every year, we then have to submit an annual action plan to HUD, identifying the projects or goals that our funding is going to be allocated to each year. And then we are also required to report on those at the end of, generally it's the end of September. This year it's going to be coming at the end of November based upon what we accomplished in the previous year. So with that, again, I just want to touch on Community Development Block Grant specifically and where we're at on that, and then the home separately. Again, we are our own entitlement community now. So CDBG is, there's two different pieces to it. One, all funds have to meet a national objective, which either has to benefit a low to moderate income area, low to moderate income limited clientele, which is specific designated populations by HUD, housing, or creation of jobs or retaining of jobs. Slum and blight is basically for area basis and spot basis, and then urban renewal, if we get to the point where we designate an area for urban renewal, and then urgent need. And then 70% of the funds over a 3-year period must benefit the low to moderate income households. And I'm going to come back to the link. So where we stand today, based upon what has happened in year 1, we have the rehabilitation program design, which is a maximum amount provided up to $15,000 for roof, plumbing, electric, etc. items. And then the maximum amount provided for septic and well is $35,000. The finance mechanism for non-septic and well is a declining deferred lien for 99 years, and that'll be held in the form of a trust deed. And then if the property is sold in years 1 through 5, 100% is required to be paid back. If it's sold in years 6 through 10, it declines in an equal interval until there is $5,000 remaining. And then after year 10 and through the rest of the life of the lien, $5,000 would be owed. For the septic and well, it's the same format, only it would decline down to $10,000. So along with the opposite of the home or CDBG is the Home Investment Partnerships programs. So the home program itself can fund a lot of different pieces: rehabilitation, rental housing, home buyer assistance, through new construction, down payment, closing cost, gap financing, lease purchase, IDAs, individual development accounts, and tenant-based rental assistance. And then putting a plug in for one of our requirements under the home program is to designate 15% of our annual allocation to what is considered a CHODO, which is a community housing development organization, which is a private nonprofit community-based service organization that has obtained or intends to obtain staff with the capacity to develop affordable housing. And then the down payment assistance program will be funded through home funds, at least for year 1. That amount is up to $25,000, and it depends on the underwriting that the county we have to complete. And then it is also in a declining deferred lien for 99 years, again, held in the form of a trust deed. And then if the property is sold in years 1 through 5, it's 100% paid back. Years 6 through 10 is declines in equal intervals until $10,000 is owed. And then that $10,000 after year 10 would be what's due back. So with that, I'm gonna go back here real quick and give you, so right now, everything can be found through the Board of Commissioners office under the Community Development tab. So this is where all of our updates will be, updates for our cities, as our cities are part of our program for when they apply for funding. So right now, this will actually be updated this afternoon, but we've got the down payment assistance and then our contact information as well. The rehab program we're working on still, we're almost there. We just got these proposals in, we're evaluating them now, and then the annual action plan and our annual report to HUD at the end of the year. Our consolidated annual performance evaluation report will also be posted on here. We've got our 5-year consolidated plan. We also have to have an analysis of impediments to fair housing that we have to do every 5 years, an update, our locally adopted citizen participation plan, which goes into how we, everything we have to do has to be translated into Spanish, public hearings, the works, environmental checklist. These will go with our application, so our notice of funding availability will be posted on the website as well, along with the application that will be due in December. That is anticipated to be published next week on the website. The county's LMI areas are currently here as well, and then the Choto checklist, as well as all of the policy and procedures that we were required to adopt and follow. And then in terms of the down payment assistance program, the link to how to apply is through Neighborly Software. Again, it is right here. So I'm gonna just click on this real quick and then go through just what that looks like for potential home buyers in the county. Well, that did not happen upstairs. So we'll give you the base link at least. So what it will go in here is it will generate the down payment assistance. Any applicant will be able to click on it, fill in, they'll turn in their pay stubs, social security statements, tax returns, they'll fill out their monthly bills for the underwriting, and they'll add all of their household. It's anybody in the house that is 16 years or older. We have to include everybody's income. It's based upon the IRS method of verifying income. That number is at 80%. The software itself generates what that number is, just for reference for people. Make sure to include everyone in your household. We have to verify that, so we will be following up on that. But the portal itself will be here, and then the portal will link to rehab and down payment assistance once we have the rehab up and running. So,
Great.
Any questions?
Do you have any questions?
No.
Do you have any questions?
No.
No questions.
No.
Thank you. Great presentation. And then hopefully you are working with John in communications to push all that information out on social media.
Yes, we will be, because
Okay.
today is kind of like the kickoff for the down payment side.
Perfect. Great. That's great. And then maybe we can get it in our next Marion County Today. Yeah. Thanks, Tim. All right, we're going to move on to the consent agenda. Commissioner Cameron, would you read that?
Sure. Madam Chair, I'll move the consent agenda. First, under Board of Commissioners, approve a resolution approving substantial amendment number 2 to the 2021-22 annual action plan under Community Development Block Grant and Home Investments Partnership Programs. Under Human Resources, approve a contract for services with Consolidated Administrative Services in the amount of $63,982.80 for third-party administer over employee benefits effective January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2025. Let's hope that one works. Also under Human Resources, approve a recommendation to update the classification and adjust the pay grade upward for class codes number 223, Alternative Worker Program 2, number 224, Alternative Worker Program 3, number 153, Juvenile Relief Worker Alternative Programs, number 156, Juvenile Relief Worker Detention, number 157, Juvenile Worker Gap, number 218, Juvenile Relief Worker Probation, number 220, Group Worker 2, number 485, Custodial Worker 1, number 498, custodial supervisor, update the classification, uphold the pay grade for number 486. Custodial worker 2, retitle class code number 519 from culture and engagement coordinator to workforce development coordinator, update the classification and adjust the pay grade upward, and adopt the establish the classification and the pay grade for human resources information system analysis under class code number 196. Under Public Works, schedule final consideration to adopt administrative ordinance for October 12th, 2022, granting zone change comprehensive plan amendment partition adjustment, case number 21-09 Robertson Stickler. And finally, under Public Works, schedule final consideration to adopt an order for October 12th, 2022, granting administrative review, case number 21-038 Joshua Fogarty.
I will second the motion.
A motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Yeah,
So,
All right.
yeah, this would have been one where I could have just moved the consent calendar without reading the whole thing.
Okay.
it's true.
Thanks for reading it.
I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but we are scheduling this Robertson Stickler case, and so I just wanna reiterate, my views that when we eliminate owner-occupied housing, replace it with multifamily rental housing, that's not an unqualified good for our community. And I also wanna reiterate that while there may be a need for multifamily housing in Salem, it needs to be distributed evenly and not just all packed into East Salem. And so, I'm sorry to be a broken record, but I feel like these are important considerations.
Ditto. I completely agree with that statement. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the motion passes. We'll now move on to our first item under action for Board of Commissioners to consider approval of the subrecipient agreement with the Marion County Housing Authority in the amount of $3,300,000 to implement and manage the county's emergency rental assistance program under the ERA 2 grant award from the United States Department of the Treasury through December 31st, 2025. Melissa and Camber, hi.
Good morning. Good morning again.
Good morning.
Okay, again, I'm Melissa Rounds with the Marion County Board of Commissioners Office.
And I'm Camber Schlag with the Finance Department.
And before you today is the intergovernmental agreement with Marion County Housing Authority for the implementation and management of Marion County's emergency rental assistance program through ERA 2 grant funds received from the U.S. Treasury Department. The contract is retroactive to October 1st, which is the actual date that Housing Authority launched the program. So as part of the agreement, Housing Authority has prepared an online application portal for pre-screening, along with digital and paper applications. Links to the portal are already up on the county's ERA webpage, on the Board of Commissioners page, and also on the Housing Authority's page. As part of the agreement, they will provide individual case management for households applying for assistance and do all case auditing and collection of required documents according to Treasury guidelines. This allows for them to develop a more personal relationship with households that are seeking assistance through the county's program. They're working in conjunction with the county's PIO to promote and get word out about the program. And they will provide quarterly financial and demographic reports to the county staff for preparation of our quarterly reports that are due to Treasury. And then they are going to plan to come and give the commissioners a report at the regularly scheduled board meetings for the Housing Authority. So funds for ERA 2 must be spent by September 30th, 2025, and the contract with Housing Authority runs through December 31st of 2025 to allow for final reporting requirements. And then Jason Eisenweiss is here with us this morning, and he tells me that they already have 45 applications that have come through the portal. So word is already out about the program, and we're excited that they're taking this program. Did you have any questions for me or for Camber?
I don't have any questions. I just want to say thank you to Jason and your team. I know that we're just adding like kind of one more thing, but to me it just seems like a healthy marriage. Seriously, I mean, what you do is house people, and you typically house people who have a great need. And the last few years have been challenging for folks in our community, and if we can connect the gap for them, that's really important. I do, though, want to mention that while this is, ERA 2, we did have an ERA 1 that was managed by a different contractor that was bumpy for us. And actually lots of the other organizations that went with them in our community. And I heard somebody say not long ago that I personally didn't have a desire to get these dollars out. But what my challenge has been the last couple of years is how the federal government has kind of put the requirements around who can and cannot, kind of picking winners and losers, and providing opportunity, I think, for those who don't have a need to access these dollars. And I really want to be sure that we are serving the most vulnerable members of our community with these funds so they can be successful and potentially access other programs that the county is facilitating, as we heard earlier, through the CDBG and home program. So, Melissa, I know that this has been quite the task for you, and Robert upstairs, especially ERA 1, and I'm sure that we don't necessarily make it the most easy process, but you've really put in a lot of time and effort, and I'm really grateful that you have kind of managed the fine details to make sure folks are housed and comfortable through that. And thanks for adjusting in the shift to Jason, and I'm sure he'll make your life much easier.
No, I'm really happy that Housing Authority is taking the program for that reason, that we want that personal relationship with our community, and it was harder with an online platform where the vendor was not local.
Right.
So I think this is going to make a huge difference.
Great. Commissioners, either of you have anything, questions or comments? Okay, great. Commissioner Willis, would you make a motion, please?
I will, Madam Chair. I move that we approve the sub-recipient agreement with the Marion County Housing Authority in the amount of $3,300,000 to implement and manage the county's emergency rental assistance program under the ERA 2 grant award from the United States Department of the Treasury through December 31st, 2025.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the motion passes. Thanks, Melissa. Thanks, Camber. Nice to see you. And now we're going to move on under Human Resources to consider approval of the Health Insurance Study Committee renewal recommendations to the Marion County Law Enforcement Association and the non-MCLEA and the non-MCLEA Health Insurance Plan for plan year 2023. Hi.
Hi, good morning, Commissioners. I'm Lori Clemson, Human Resources Manager. And I am here to present the Health Insurance Study Committee's recommendations for our medical and dental plans going into benefit plan year 2023. I will first start with the Marion County Law Enforcement Association Health Insurance Study Committee. Under MCLEA unit, we currently offer 2 medical plans. We have a Pacific Source PPO plan. It's a preferred provider organization plan. And then we also offer a Kaiser HMO, a health maintenance organization plan. And then there are 2 dental plans. One is through Kaiser and the other is through Delta Dental. And then throughout the year, the MCLEA Health Insurance Study Committee met to review the plans, the design, whether or not they wanted changes. They reviewed the proposed carrier renewal rates, and the MCLEA, his committee, is wanting to recommend that we keep these plans in place going into the next plan year and accept the proposed rates from our carriers. And then second to that, we have our non-MCLEA Health Insurance Study Committee. And this would be all of our non-represented employees along with the other 4 bargaining units at the county. And under this group, we've got 3 different medical plans that can be elected. We've got the PPO plan through Pacific Source. And then we also have a high deductible health plan through Pacific Source. And this plan is coupled with a health savings account where the county makes a contribution, and that helps the employee offset the higher deductible on that plan. And then the third option is a Kaiser HMO plan. And then for dental options, there's Kaiser as well as Delta Dental. And again, the non-MCLEA, his committee met, they reviewed the plans and the utilization and reviewed the proposed renewal rates from the carriers. And they too would like to keep these plans intact going into the next plan year. And their recommendation is to accept those carrier proposals. Kind of coupled with this, that's part of the package, is the recommendation to maintain the county contribution to the health savings account as we've currently been doing. And again, that's to help that employee offset that high deductible plan. So that's all I got. Any questions?
have any questions?
Go ahead.
Thank you. It's good this year that we, I think it was an easy one for us to agree with the HIS committee recommendations. So that it worked out that way because of the plans and how they came forward. It not always goes that smoothly, Jan, right? So it's great that we're all seeing eye to eye on these, so it's good.
Great. Okay, Commissioner Cameron, would you make a motion?
If you're ready,
I'm
Madam
ready.
Chair, I'll move that we approve the Health Insurance Study Committee renewal recommendations to the Marion County Law Enforcement Association and the non-MCLE health insurance plan for year 2023.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the motion passes. Thanks, Lori. Nice to
Thank
see you. All right, now
Thanks,
under
Lori.
Public Works, we're going to consider approval of an order adopting the updated stormwater quality treatment engineering standards effective February 15th, 2023. Lonnie, Matt, and Max. Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
For the record, Lonnie Radke, County Engineer.
Matt Knudsen, Environmental Services Program Supervisor.
And Max Hepburn, Marion County Land Development Engineering and Permit Supervisor.
Thank you. I'd like to start us off as the county engineer. I would first like to express my support for the new stormwater engineering standards, and give a big thank you to the team who's been working hard on these for the last couple of years. There are a lot of benefits here that they will go into detail on, but as we've all discussed, some of the details from these new standards come from DEQ requirements. I do want to highlight the fact that there are benefits that the public and developers will feel. That will come in the form of clarity. A lot of the time, we have developers and even property owners, just homeowners, that want to understand the steps that they need to take to get to their final outcome. If we can improve that process and be very clear from the beginning what is needed, a lot of times that can help reduce their stress and their costs in the long run. So there's a benefit there. As engineers and people in the Public Works Department, we have a responsibility to protect our infrastructure in our roads, our stormwater facilities, and to make fiscally responsible decisions. So if we can do things that will help save money for taxpayers in the long run by protecting our infrastructure, then we're benefiting the public, obviously. So I'd like to really thank the team, which includes Matt Knudsen, Max Hepburn, Ryan Crother, and a number of other people, including public stakeholders, for all of their hard work the last couple of years. And I'd also like to mention that we will be coming to you for many updates in new standards in the next few years as we continue to improve efficiencies and Public Works and engineering. So thank you.
Thanks, Lonnie.
Did you come because we said this was going to increase costs for development and you wanted to provide some positive comments, not just negative ones?
You know, we're really, since I started at Public Works a few years ago, the way it's been communicated to me is let's really highlight the pathways to yes. And so that's what we're trying to do. We don't want it to look like we're trying to create more restrictions. There are benefits here, and so I really want to highlight those.
But we don't really have any choice in the matter. We have to.
There
adopt
are
this.
requirements. We've talked about that at work
Right.
sessions and management updates.
And it
that
is going
some
to
of this
increase
comes
costs
from
to
it.
development.
What's that?
And it is going to increase
Inevitably.
costs to development.
Sometimes though, if we can highlight things at the beginning, then they can be prepared with their checklist, because sometimes if we don't highlight those needs, then it can increase costs in the long run. Does that make sense?
That's a very positive interpretation of this situation.
Good job, Lonnie. Let's move on.
Thank you.
Otherwise, we'll keep it to this debate.
Getting to
Thanks,
yes.
Commissioner. We're gonna pepper this throughout this presentation, I'm sure of it anyway. Yeah, Matt.
All right. So we're here to talk about the stormwater quality treatment engineering standards. This is kind of a three-part series of presentations. Previously, we've spoken about the construction erosion and sediment control ordinance changes. And this is specifically regarding stormwater quality treatment. So as we've talked about before, these are Department of Environmental Quality and EPA requirements that the county maintains an NPDES municipal stormwater permit. And so most of what you see in the engineering standards is basically the kind of minimum threshold interpretation of those requirements by DEQ. Throughout the process, this has been a 2-year process for the engineering standards, but actually it goes further back into kind of negotiations and conversations with DEQ along with the home builders prior to actually having the permit issued to us. The engineering standards have gone through an outreach process, a pretty considerable one. So we met with various stakeholders internally. We've had work groups, work sessions internally with staff, code enforcement, legal counsel. And then we've also worked with our advisory committee, which includes the Home Builders Association, Watershed Council, developers, agricultural interests, kind of bringing everybody together and trying to figure out what is the best possible solution for Marion County. And then, of course, we've also approached the board on multiple occasions, kind of going through what the standards actually mean and getting feedback from that. In addition, with this specific, the engineering standards kind of diverted a little bit. We added an additional phase specifically for our development community engineers. So we sent out these standards to our engineering community and have them actually review it. So as I was kind of talking about, today is our kind of third time here at the board session, and this is specifically for the order adopting these new standards. The area that this actually impacts, because when we talk about Marion County, this actually doesn't impact the entire Marion County. It doesn't impact cities and a significant portion of the land in Marion County, but it does impact areas that DEQ has required us to put in these standards. So
Can I ask you a question on that, just for clarity? So I realize that our plan only affects these red areas, but do other jurisdictions have to also comply with these DEQ rules?
Yes and no. So certain ones. So Salem is required to comply with these standards. They have a little bit different standards than we do because they have a higher level permit. So they might have different thresholds than us. And part of our negotiation with DEQ went well, where they were trying to put us as a county into a higher levels, more urbanized, and we made arguments against that, so we actually got dropped to a lower level standard, kind of more like a small city.
Thanks for doing that.
So, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we're distributing the wealth of this mandate, which is basically what it is from DEQ, and it's not just solely like falling on counties, that large urban cities or cities in general have to also comply with this. Okay.
Madam Chair, and Matt, I want to say thank you, because we started this 7 years ago, 8 years ago?
Yes.
And we actually got some areas removed out of this that they were extending out. I remember out south into some areas that we're going, hey, wait, this shouldn't be in there. So staff has really worked to try to reduce, the areas that are really applicable to this, mainly in the urban growth boundary. And so thank you for your work. Thank you. This has been a long haul.
It has been.
Thanks for letting me interrupt.
So the areas that are going to be impacted, primarily we have East Salem, we have areas kind of in the urban growth boundary. It extends beyond the urban growth boundary. It's kind of, you can see that it starts kind of heading out towards Almsville and then up in Butteville. All of them are based off of connectivity to really dense urban areas, but it's about that connectivity to them. So that's why these areas are included. And then kind of what actually, what the final product, what this is going to look like in the end. The pictures kind of illustrate what is going to kind of culminate from these standards. We already have these standards in place to a different level. This is increasing in some areas, but what you're going to see really is essentially roadside planters with the idea is to treat stormwater through a soil matrix, as well as through the plants that are actually in them. And so you'll see more of these around East Salem and some other areas that we see development. You can also find rain gardens and infrastructure like that. And then in the lower left-hand corner, Of the slide, we have a what we call kind of gray infrastructure. This actually goes underground. They're essentially, each one of these little units is filters, and there's different ways that you can set this up. But essentially, it's kind of out of sight of the public, and then the county's required to maintain a lot of these systems. In the background, Commissioner Cameron kind of touched on it. We've already gone through this once before, and so each time we have a 5-year permit. Each time it comes due for reapplication. Usually, kind of negotiation, talking through the process, everything like that takes a couple of years. But back in 2012, our first engineering stormwater standards came into effect for treatment. And so this is an update to those standards. So we've been going at it for a little while, and we've been seeing those planters come in and being installed, and this is an update to those standards. And the idea is, if we were just talking straight rainwater, probably wouldn't have to treat for that for this context. But the idea is, as you kind of develop, you put in impervious surface. The stuff that's on that impervious surface, oils, metals and stuff that come off cars, things like that, go into storm drains and out right into a stream. So the idea here is that instead of going straight into a stream, it will go through some sort of treatment prior to going through that stream. The draft order and standards were prepared throughout this process by a consultant, Brown and Caldwell. They really did a good job of inviting the county staff and also hearing kind of the external stakeholders provide input as well, and have crafted these standards. And I'll turn it over to Max.
Thank you, Matt.
Yes.
No thunder this time. So just to highlight a couple parts of the existing standards, and then we'll compare to what is changing with the proposed standards, if you will. Our current 2012 standards use the threshold that was in our previous MS4 permit from DEQ of 1 acre of ground disturbance. And that is what triggered a permit and therefore post-construction treatment through land development engineering and permits. That is changing, and so is kind of the terms that get us there. So we'll get to that in the next slide. As well as, thank you. The 2-year warranty period for plantings isn't very well defined in our existing standards, so this new standards actually fleshes that out and makes it easier to ensure that plantings don't die, and then the county is responsible for redoing the entire private development. So that does get clarified in these. So the major changes is, as I kind of alluded to, our treatment is now changing down to 1/4 of an acre of new or replaced impervious area, not just ground disturbance. So there's a little bit of change in terminology, but it does play better with what's actually out there. So you can grub an acre, but if you're only doing, say, I don't know, 9,000 square feet of impervious area, not necessarily triggered for post-construction treatment. The standards comply with the MS4 in that they take an approach that prioritizes retention, which is holding and infiltrating the water. And then if that's not possible due to infiltration rates, we can do detention, which is holding and then releasing to the system with treatment. It refines our public and private operation and maintenance standards such that treatment facilities are being cared for and maintained properly and designed properly for consistent operation and maintenance, and then carries that 2-year maintenance warranty period for more than just the specific types of treatment that are in the existing 2012 standards. So the permit process, if you would, thank you, Matt, is pretty similar to what's...
Yep.
So Max, that 2-year warranty would refer to the plants. If the plants die, they got to go back and replace them.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Currently what's happened, I don't think very often, but enough that environmental services had to come in and actually redo treatment facilities, is that warranty period expires, and then we are on the hook essentially for taking the cost of getting it back up to a treatment facility.
Which would come out of the fees we're collecting for stormwater management, correct?
Yes, and these are for private developments, so it puts the onus back on the actual private developer for that 2-year window. And Matt can speak more about how that's impacted his department if there's interest in that.
Thank you.
So the permit process, as I said, changes that trigger down to a 1/4 acre of new or replaced impervious surface from that ground disturbance. There is now a guided application and submittal process outlined in these standards that provides that clarity that Lonnie was alluding to. There's a site assessment checklist in the appendices of this 400-page document, and then a drainage submittal package outlined in I believe it's section 6, that identifies what staff are needing to ensure that we're getting consistent applications that meet our standards. There is a bit of a threshold change in that at 1 acre or more of impervious area, a downstream analysis is required in these standards as a matter of ensuring that our infrastructure can support the drainage coming from private developments, and it's not going to negatively impact someone downstream just because we didn't see it. So there is a benefit to the public to that analysis being conducted. Construction process, that's not necessarily changing. Inspections are required by the private developers and by public works staff to ensure things are going properly and complying with the allowed plans or permitted plans. There is the 2-year maintenance warranty period built into that permit structure. And then after that warranty period, there would be a permit closeout and then a transition to the county maintaining that treatment facility if it fits into our framework for adoption. And I think that goes back to Matt.
Thanks, Max. To finish up with the presentation, we're kind of the implementation side of this. The idea behind bringing this here today was so that we provided our developers and our engineers in our community with the kind of heads up notification so that any projects that are kind of being thought of or in process that they have an early kind of notification that this is occurring. And that was part of the reason why we sent the draft standards out and sought that feedback, is so that everybody is kind of aware that that the county is going through this process. And as well as other entities are going through this process that have this permit. The February 15th is the date that these would be actually implementable from the county's kind of permitting process of 2023. So this provides a couple of months beforehand. And kind of to speak off of what Lonnie introduced these as, is the document provides clarity for engineers to kind of to design these systems. It's going to be uniform, so on the maintenance side, operations can actually they know what they're looking at. Nothing's unique. It's all very uniform. So these do provide a benefit to the public in that way. But continuing with our previous conversation that we've had the last couple of weeks, these are federally required and state required updates. And so, and the county does not actually receive any funding from the EPA or DEQ to manage this program. This is all managed with stormwater fees as well as any kind of in-house money that we are able to attribute to it.
So with the new requirements I saw on some of the slides that Max was referring to, obviously, excuse me, there's inspections that have to occur. And I know that this is going to cost more for builders, which means the cost of housing, which is already ridiculous, is going to become more because they're not just going to eat the cost. But on our side of it, how are you going to manage in your department the required inspections? Does that require more people, or can you manage it with your current capacity?
So are you talking about the inspections from during construction?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
you have inspections probably all throughout, however that works. But I assume there's probably a workload challenge coming because development's not going to stop. It's just going to get more expensive. And we're already, we do a good job, I think, in Marion County of having a really robust capacity of folks, but we don't want to have more people. We don't want people sitting around. So you all work like 3 jobs in one position description. I know that. But do you need more staff for this? Is it going to cost more money for the county to implement it?
Realistically, yes. There's a good chance this will double, triple our permit load for construction erosion and post-construction erosion permits. Matt's alluding to our long-term operation and maintenance inspections, but while they're actually constructing and then working with developers for field fits and stuff like that, we're probably going to need an additional couple staff members for land development engineering and permits.
And we pay for them, like you said, through service fees. So at some point, this is not only going to hit them at the cost of their purchasing their home, but it's also going to be on their monthlies that they pay to be able to have access to urban access, for water. I understand, Lonnie, you did a good job of trying to set this up to be positive, and I love, seriously, your team and how much work you have done. And I don't think it's a bad idea that we protect our water. We drink this water. It's important to our agriculture community and to ourselves as humans and our environment. But I just cannot express enough how frustrated I am at the feds and the state, because they just make crap up and then they think everybody can just write a check for it. And it's just beyond frustrating to me. The lack of partnership and real investment of them actually coming to the local organizations to say, what makes sense in your environment, and do that, versus this one size fits all approach because it's easiest for them at their level. It's so deep for me. I can't even, we don't have enough time today to get into it. But I know you worked with the Home Builders Association. I know that you got developers' input. My last question is how are you going to make sure engineers throughout Marion County understand, like this, you did all this work in the forefront, and it's great work to make sure that they're preparing coming into February. Are you going to send out like a postcard? Is there like red flashing alerts on your website? Like, what's it look like for them to be aware? You laugh, but this is important.
No,
you
you're
engineers get stuck in
right.
your little closets with your stuff. You're so good at those details, but how are you
you're
going to draw their attention to it?
We did a public outreach for comments on these standards. What was it, about 5-6 months ago? So we sent emails out to the engineering community, developers, and contractors to get their input. And now the next steps would be reaching out and saying, these are going live February 15th of 2023, pending the adoption of the order, and advertising that anything that is applied for after that date will need to comply with these new standards.
Okay.
But yeah, that outreach is our next step once we know that these are good to go.
Thank you. Not that we had a choice.
I'm just going to say it again.
Whoa. Madam Chair, we do. I could look at legal counsel and we have a choice.
Oh, sure, we could absolutely fight
And they
this
can bring
out.
on a writ.
Delay,
Right,
yeah, we
right.
have a choice to fight
Fine
it.
us,
and-
we can
yeah,
fine it,
we
get
can
fined.
lose in court.
I just want to thank our staff for the process that you've gone through and the outreach that you've gone through. And I know this is just, I guess I do have one question. When we set these stormwater fees back in, was that 6 years ago?
I believe they went into effect in 2017.
Yeah, so 5 years ago, they went into effect. And I know we set it based on commercial, how much acreage and fees residential. Are we projecting out with those fees that we're collecting today and this new, and Max talking about hiring new people, are we looking at our budget and saying, are we gonna have enough funds in there to move forward for the next 5 years and implement this program to keep the water safe?
Yeah, we are definitely doing that. And, it's hard to predict from, when you're talking an operation and maintenance side of things, it's hard to predict how development is, what the future development, how that's going to impact.
I can tell you right now,
operation.
interest rates are going like this, so development's gonna go like this, right? I mean, we know that. It's coming.
And so the budget that we've developed, it is set up to continue doing the work that we're doing. And it was that projection when we first started setting up the fees. So how that impacts the fee is to be determined,
Okay.
but we'll make sure we bring that back to the board.
Keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I mean, this will increase costs. It will increase costs for LDEP, for land development permits, as well as for the operation and maintenance side.
Yeah. Madam Chair, we don't drink this water.
No, we don't drink this
Portland's
water.
drinking this water.
Right, okay, well, we don't get the Willamette water because it
We drink the
flows
water.
right
we
by
drink-
us to
We
Portland.
drink the
but-
water coming out of the Sandy M way above this stormwater.
With the
stuff.
exception of what Salem sold to Portland, you mean?
Whatever, yeah.
Okay, we can. Do you have any more questions? I didn't even actually give you a chance. Is there anything you'd like to say, Commissioner?
I
Maybe
just
was
think
like-
that the benefit of this is very minimal. I think the burden to the taxpayers and the burden to people trying to buy houses is going to be big. I think the burden to the county is going to be big with this program. And this is why people get mad at DEQ and EPA, is specifically for situations like this, where we could get everybody together and agree on environmental protections that are really important. And if we don't adopt those, people really get hurt. But things like this, where you have a marginal benefit and a massive cost to people, really get people spun up. And so if there wasn't a really negative consequence to our community from not adopting this, I would not be.
Right.
Since you're going to ask me to make this motion, I just want to make sure that I'm clear again that if I didn't have to do this, I wouldn't.
But I will say, if this was a different organization, jurisdiction, different leadership, this would get implemented a totally different way.
Yeah.
That's
And,
true.
yeah, our staff has
That's true.
done, implementing this to keep the water clean, but also efficiently and keeping it down. I know we've had many discussions about this, so if we have to do it, we're doing it to the
Yeah.
best way possible for our.
They're trying to
our-
make it as
our
minimally
people.
invasive as
Exactly.
possible. We get
So-
it. We're not
Yeah.
mad at you. You just have to be in front of us.
And when you look at the little red dots out there, it's not all of Marion County that has to do this stuff. So I'll be happy to make the motion if you would like.
That
me
would be
to.
great. I'll
Okay.
second it.
Okay. Madam Chair, I'll move that we approve an order adopting an updated stormwater quality treatment engineering standards effective February 15th, 2023.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. We had plenty of discussion, so all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. Thank you.
Oh, shocked me. I thought you were
Thank you,
no.
Commissioners.
That's why I said it might be happy to.
I just feel like that's not fair to you guys.
I mean, it's fine.
That's fine.
I mean, it's not fair to them. I
wanna
mean,
change your
right?
vote?
They did all this work. No, it's fine.
it's
'Cause I don't
fine.
want to
Thank
support it
you,
either,
guys.
but we need to. Just because we don't want to go to court over it, I guess. All right, now we're going to move on to consider approval of the purchase order with Nell Dodge in the amount of $627,261 for the one-time purchase of 14 light-duty fleet vehicles as part of the county's annual scheduled light-duty replacement plan. Dennis?
Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, I'm Dennis Mansfield, Deputy Director for Public Works.
Before you go on, did you all talk about ties? You and Brandon? I all have orange on.
Oh, we do, don't we?
Somebody should get a photo of that. I know I saw yours purple Max.
Madam Chair, like me, they're in mourning. Beavers got crushed again this week.
Sorry, Dennis.
No, that's okay. Thank you for your time this morning. Yes, before you is a purchase order to purchase 14 light-duty fleet vehicles from Nell Dodge. 13 of those are part of our annual light-duty fleet replacement schedule to replace our Sheriff's Office vehicles. We are adding one vehicle for the Sheriff's Office, which is for services they provide to the city of Jefferson, which they are adding an additional deputy, which will require an additional vehicle. I came here a couple months ago, talked about Ford purchase order in the vehicle marketplace, not a lot of updated information, but just to kind of keep you informed on where we're at with things. The vehicle marketplace continues to be pretty volatile and very uncertain. Our shortages in computer microchips are creating issues worldwide. Record inflation is also working against us. This purchase order represents a 21% year-over-year hike in costs per vehicle. 5 years ago, we were spending $31,000 on a pursuit-rated vehicle. Today, we're spending over $42,000. Delivery is also is uncertain at this time. We are just now starting to receive the vehicles we ordered last year from Dodge, a full year later, and we still haven't received all of them yet. What used to be a pretty systematic process each year is now a bit of a chaotic mess with difficulty getting information from our representatives that we've worked with for years. A typical year before all of this debacle was, our ordering banks would open right about this time typically, September, October timeframe. We'd get our orders in, vehicles would be received usually around March, and then time for outfitting the vehicles before the end of the fiscal year. Good to go, repeat the cycle. The last 2 years has been nothing like that. We've had earlier this year, Chevy opened their trucks in May for less than a day. and didn't notify us of that opening for that. So it's been a very interesting process, to say the least. On somewhat of a good note, we are receiving good communication from our rep at Dodge, but even they aren't even getting reliable information. They told us 2 or 3 times to be expecting the ordering bank to open in late July for our vehicles, and they opened it up just earlier in mid-September. We also continue to monitor the situation, and we hope that things level out soon, but the information we are getting is a bit bleak, and there's not really a light at the end of the tunnel at the moment. So with that unfortunate news, staff is recommending approval of purchasing 14 vehicles with Now Dodge in the amount of $627,261. Open to any questions you might have.
I don't have any questions. I like Dodge. Great.
Keep fighting
Good
the
job.
fight.
It's no different, vehicles, chips for a refrigerator that I'm trying to order is indeterminate.
Yeah.
Right. So it's everywhere. No, and it's gonna.
No, you're right.
You know,
It's
and
just
we
crazy.
heard somebody talk about this, who was it? I heard somebody,
Brian Nicholas has talked about it several times, where
And
we
it's-
gave him authorization to pre-order for some projects because we needed to get
oh,
supplies.
I know, Matt Casebeer from, from Capital Auto. He said, in a meeting I was in, it was a United Way meeting, he serves on the board, and he said, it's not gonna get any better for the next couple of years. It's that bad, so, we'll see. All right,
All right, Madam Chair, I move that we approve the purchase order with Nell Dodge in the amount of $627,261 for the one-time purchase of 14 light-duty vehicles as part of the county's annual scheduled light-duty replacement plan.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion?
Just a statement, I know, Dennis, we talked about this a few years ago about, it's good to see a local dealership get this contract too, so, thank you. Worked out.
There's no further discussion. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the motion passes. Thanks, Dennis.
Thank
Have
you,
a good day.
Commissioners. You too.
Wish the Beavers good luck this week. All right, now we're gonna move on to consider approval of the purchase order with Peterson Machinery in the amount of $123,015.11 for the one-time purchase of one 2022 Caterpillar 906 loader. Hi, Andrew.
Hey, good morning, Commissioners. For the record, Andrew Johnson, Public Works Environmental Services Operations Supervisor. As noted for you today, for your consideration is the approval of a purchase order for a 2022 Cat 906 loader. This is a new tool that we're adding to our Browns Island compost facility. It's going to give us a little more flexibility to load smaller loads and move other commodities within that facility that has been problematic in the past. We do a lot of compost donations to small entities like Marion Food Share, and with our current tool, it's kind of unsafe to do that with that machine. So staff recommends approval of the purchase order with Peterson Machinery.
Thank you. Is there any questions, Commissioners? All right, Commissioner Cameron.
Madam Chair, I'll move that we approve a purchase order with Peterson Machinery in the amount of $123,015.11 for a one-time purchase of a 2022 Caterpillar 906 loader.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. And now we'll move on with Andrew to consider approval of the purchase order with Peterson Machinery in the amount of $384,312.90 for the one-time purchase of one 2022 Caterpillar 950M BR wheel loader.
Thank you, Commissioners. I don't need to reintroduce myself, do I?
No, you're fine. That's why I said we're going to carry on with you. Sorry.
So this is replacing our existing main tool at the Browns Island compost facility. And we also use it throughout the rest of the landfill out at Browns Island. This is what the entire compost process is based upon. This is how we turn the piles, load out our large bulk sales of compost, and move any material at the site. And so this is replacing about 11-year-old machine right now. So staff recommends approval of the purchase order with Peterson Machinery.
Any questions? Okay, Colin?
Okay, Madam Chair, I move that we approve the purchase order with Peterson Machinery in the amount of $384,312.90 for the one-time purchase of one 2022 Caterpillar 950M-BR wheel loader.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. Thanks,
Thank you.
Andrew. And now we're going to move on to consider approval of the annual recertification of Marion County's participation in the community rating system of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Brandon.
Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, Brandon Reich, Marion County Planning Director.
I need a coffee.
And I'm happy to provide this presentation. I'm happy also to summarize it. Is there a preference from the board?
Do you have a preference? I'm happy for a summary. Commissioner, do you need a full presentation?
Is this the flood maps and all that stuff?
It's the flood insurance and the savings we have.
I need to, yeah, go ahead.
Go through
We
that.
want the
I will.
presentation, go for it. Okay.
So, since 1999, Marion County's participated in the community rating system of FEMA. This is a program that looks at the type of work that we do in the county and assigns us a rating. And that rating translates to flood insurance savings for property owners. Marion County is a Class 6 community, and that's a very high rating. It puts us in the top 5% of communities across the nation that participate in CRS. So it's not easy to become a Class 6. We started as a Class 8, I believe, years ago. And Class 6 translates into a 20% discount to property owners in the county, which saves property owners in floodplains about $50,000 per year. So every 5 years when you recertify, it's about $250,000 that people save on their flood insurance premiums. Flood insurance is really important for people to have because a standard homeowner's policy doesn't cover flood damage. And even a few inches in a home can cause significant amount of damage that water can wick up. One of the things Marion County does in our code is require that people elevate their dwellings 2 feet above the base flood elevation. There is a lot of uncertainty in flood maps, and flooding can often be higher than what the flood maps show, especially since lots of times they rely on data from years ago. And so that additional foot, people save, starting out, 30%, around 30% off their flood insurance premium just by elevating that additional foot. Then on top of that, Marion County, the CRS participation is 20%. So people can save up to half on their flood insurance in Marion County than they would in other jurisdictions.
Right.
So we do a lot of activity that gets credit under the program. And one of the things CRS also always says is don't go chasing after points. You can do a lot of work and a lot of hours and only get a few points, 10 or 15 sometimes, 50. It takes 500 to jump a class. But we do a lot of work and we get recognized for the way we maintain our drainage ways, having our emergency operations plan and our hazard plan. We have a high building code level. We implement the codes and we keep on top of them. We're always implementing the most current code. The way we work with streams and erosion and sedimentation, the outreach we perform, and then just the way we provide flood insurance, all gets us the rating that we have now. So we're continuing to assist property owners that were damaged in the wildfires. Some, we had about 25, 30, were in a floodplain. And so we are continuing to work with them. They have a number of options. A lot of them are able to provide additional information to show that their actual location on the property they're going to rebuild is outside the floodplain. And quite a few properties have done that. Some are rebuilding, they're in the floodplain, and we're working with them on these standards to help reduce their flood insurance and also keep their homes safe from flooding. Down the road, this is on here every year, and it's been quite a few years now, the Endangered Species Act. There was a lawsuit at the federal level that affects Oregon that says the way we implement our floodplain program needs to have changes because it affects endangered species and habitat. This has been around now for probably 10 years, and we hear bits and pieces, it's kind of a little bit of movement, but as soon as we know there is some movement in this, something that's changing, we're gonna come talk with the board about that and what the implications could be. So of course, people can contact me, or we have on staff a certified floodplain manager, Lindsay King, and she was not able to be here today. And she's very much an expert on this floodplain.
I bet.
So,
Do you have any questions, Commissioner?
Brandon, you said how many people in fire? 20 homes?
25 to 30.
And some of those didn't even know it until they went to rebuild, right? I'm thinking of Detroit up in the
On Sandium Avenue.
and didn't we do a blanket? What do you call that?
For
Yeah.
Detroit.
Yeah, we got some money to help them with that, right?
Detroit, I believe the city-determined base flood elevations for people.
Yeah.
Because once you get that established, you can do letter of map amendments fairly easy.
Yeah.
Did that with the COG, McCray led that.
Okay.
I do feel like you do a lot of work to do the best we can for folks
Yeah.
and work with them, and I appreciate that.
We try to provide a lot of options. And, one time I had someone come back to me after a flood and she said, boy, I elevated my house 2 feet, and I'm glad I did. I was standing there watching the floodwaters lap up the bottom of my sill on the doorway.
Oh, my gosh.
And so there is a lot of uncertainty in floodplain maps, and some of our data is from the 60s, and they are maybe doing some updating they've been talking about doing updating now for 5-6 years. It's very expensive, and that will help your people get better information.
Good. Okay.
Okay, Madam Chair, I'll move we approve the annual recertification of Marion County's participation in the community rating system of the Federal Emergency Management Agency.
I'll second the motion.
A motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. And we'll continue on with Brandon to consider a Land Use Board of Appeals, LUBA, remand of the application for conditional use, case number 20-044, Seasons at Red Oaks Farm LLC.
Good morning. Thank you, Commissioners. Again, for the record, Brandon Reich, Planning Director, Marion County. So item before you today is to consider the remand on how to proceed on a conditional use to operate a commercial activity in conjunction with farm use on a parcel in EFU zone located on Arbor Grove Road, St. Paul. The commercial business that is proposed is a farm experience program for youth and family. The board held a hearing on the case on July 28, 2021, continued the hearing to August 11, and issued a decision of approval. The case was then appealed to LUBA, who issued a Land Use Board of Appeals, who issued a remand on the decision on April 21, 2022. The remanded items identified several issues. LUBA found that the criteria for the county approving commercial activity in conjunction with farm use was not met because of 3 items. 1, the applicants have not established any farm use on the property with which the commercial activities are in conjunction. 2, applicants have not established that the commercial activities proposed are in conjunction with farming. And 3, the applicants have not established that the commercial activities would satisfy the farm impacts test. On September 22, 2022, the applicant submitted a reconsideration request to the board to consider the LUBA remand. The board must now make a decision on the remand. The board's options include holding a public hearing on the matter, remanding the case back to the hearings officer for a decision, which could then be appealed, or remanding the case back to the hearings officer for a recommendation in subsequent board hearing. Because the LUBA remand includes an analysis of the law under statute, rule, and past land use cases, staff recommends that the board send this to the hearings officer for a recommendation that the board can then receive. The board can have their own hearing and consider that recommendation and make a decision. I think it'd be valuable to have her review as a lawyer and that input based on the LUBA information. The board could have its own hearing though. The applicant prefers that the board have its own hearing and not go to the hearings officer, and I don't know why.
Okay.
Madam Chair.
Yeah.
Brandon, I just want to clarify. I think I've got points 1 and 2 because I'm going to disagree that education, I remember this one.
Yeah, it was a pretty.
Education is connected to farm use. But number 3, the farm impacts tests.
Yeah.
Can you?
What is that?
Can you explain that a little bit?
Sure. This is when you've got a use that's a conditional use. You look at the surrounding uses in the area, the types of farming that are going on, and you have to do an analysis of this use could have this kind of impact on this farming. And so then we can mitigate that impact in these ways.
Okay.
On page 9 of your
Okay.
packet, of this packet.
And the applicant would have an opportunity to present that to the hearings officer.
Okay.
And the hearings officer could review that and provide a recommendation to the board. We
Okay.
do have a limited time frame. We have 120 days to make a decision. I do not recommend that the board send this to the hearings officer for a decision. There will not be time to have an appeal and then to the board for a hearing on that appeal. If the hearings officer makes a recommendation, the board will have a hearing or recommend that.
So so I definitely, I mean, I agree with the commissioner. I feel like during our previous experience with this particular case, evidence was produced to knock off the first two statements, or whatever they're calling it, from Luba, the remand. I do believe that they established farm use on the property, and they talked about it, and then we did get an email recently about it, and I understand staff has extensive documentation that we weren't provided for today that shows receipts of purchases and how they've been farming. And then the second was that commercial activities proposed are not in conjunction with farm use. I also disagree that in this particular case, I believe that this situation does produce the concept of farming, because the goal is to produce farmers from the exposure and the knowledge. At the very least, the foundation of why you should support farming. So I just want to be clear that you are asking us to remand it back to the hearings officer for a recommendation to us. So then in that 120-day period, she'll do her work, and then we're going to get all the findings from her, and then it'll come to a public hearing.
Correct. You look at everything the applicant provided. Normally, we don't provide that at the meeting we're deciding how do we proceed.
That's fine.
Right.
It's a pretty good sized packet.
Okay.
And he'll be able to provide additional information to the hearings officer.
I just want to make sure that we're setting them up for success if we make a decision at that future hearing, that we support their application and the conditional uses, that the parameters that the county has put. Lindsay, excuse me, provided a lot of her time to get to those conditional uses to make sure that the property was farmed properly.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to you guys about a legislative concept, because a lot of this is the court didn't like the findings of fact that we made.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is not how appeals work in any other system that I've ever seen in my life, where we make findings of fact and then the court says, oh, we disagree with your findings of fact. Like, this is nuts. So the way we fix this is the next legislative session, we say Luba doesn't get to go, redo our homework for us. There are some legal analyses that I think this is what Brandon's saying, where there is sort of, Luba has interpreted the law a certain way.
Sure.
And I think it would be helpful to have the hearings officer basically apply Luba's interpretation of the law to the facts. But like you, I'm super unsympathetic to Luba basically not liking our findings of fact. Like, I just find that to be absurd, and I would love to fix that as soon as possible.
Great. Well, then do you want to somebody want to make a motion? I think you make a motion. My little paper got messed up when we were punting that last.
Okay. So I will move that we remand this case to the hearings officer for a recommendation and subsequent board hearing.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. Thanks, Brandon, and thanks
you.
this was a really good packet that came forward for today. I know that we're not gonna get into the details of it, but it was helpful for me.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right, have a great day.
Thank you.
Okay, do you have anything for the record, commissioners? Jan?
Is Marion County's population growing? People moving into Marion County?
I don't know.
I bet it is.
Do we know?
Well, we just know that it was just confirmed that people are moving out of Portland.
They are for sure moving into Marion County.
I was gonna say, I did talk to a realtor, I don't know, 6 months ago, who said she's only been selling houses to people from Portland over the last year.
That's my point.
Those are the only people
They're
who've been
moving
buying
from
houses.
Portland down here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's just help educate them on how we do
Because
government
the
here.
state's population
Right,
is still growing.
please don't bring that down here. You're leaving
Yeah.
Portland for a reason, leave it in Portland.
Yeah, all right, because we don't need that.
Yeah.
I just thought that was interesting.
How much population has Portland lost?
I don't know. I just saw the headlines that the city, they're moving out of the city. Can't understand. I can understand why.
Yeah.
Makes no sense why you would leave.
I could see rational people making that decision. I could see them.
No, I must
I
be
could see-
irrational.
I could see
because
that.
don't
I could see
understand.
somebody saying, you know, there are better places in Oregon to live
Okay,
than Portland.
I got to make my comments.
Okay, thank you.
It's good to be home.
Welcome back, Commissioner. All right, everybody, have a good day. Meeting adjourned.
Why would our legal counsel?